Hello everybody. Just waiting for a few more followers to join. Share the live if you can, please. I'd really appreciate that. Talking about confidence, I've committed to doing a 14-day live series, which is going to be about my confidence journey and the tips and tools that I use to be confident. I'm not great with social media, so I'm practicing, so bear with me, please. Any tips and tricks or any pointers would be greatly appreciated, because I'm new to this whole social media thing. But we're going to have a go. Hi Tino, hi Karma Kingston, hi everyone, hi Jihad, hi Soul, how are you guys? So this is day 3 of my commitment to go live on TikTok for 14 days. I'm not used to going live on TikTok and putting myself out there as much as I am, or as much as I have committed to, if you like. So I'm talking about confidence and the various different aspects of confidence that I've experienced over the years, and how I've overcome all of the kind of obstacles and all of the kind of struggles, I suppose, with my confidence to go on to build unshakable confidence. So I'm at a place now where, not much can knock me. I'm so in love with myself and the person that I am that, I just wanted to share that. So I'm going to be talking about, always being called the chubby friend growing up. So we're going to get into that in just a second. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you for everyone who has come back. I know I was the chubby friend. Thank you to everyone who came yesterday. So yesterday we were talking about overcoming generational beliefs or things that we were taught as kids that may affect our confidence as we grow older and as we get older. Things like children should be seen and not heard, and how that might impact us today, and how we can change that for the future generations. Just go to the gym and stop being lazy. Okay, we're going to have one of these. I mean, I'm talking about my experience here, Tino. So it is what it is. It's subjective, and loads of people can say that. But actually, some people don't have the ability to go to the gym. Some people may have disabilities. Some people may not be comfortable going to the gym. Some people, it's just not their thing. So there's other ways to lose weight. You don't always have to go to the gym if you want to. And I mean, I think the purpose is not to tell anyone to lose weight, and that's the point. When you get people telling you that you're too fat or you need to lose weight, it's how do you overcome that negativity? Why should somebody else's opinion of you really matter? Like, no one really cares. No one really cares. Like, why should you feel that you have the ability to tell somebody, or you have the right to tell somebody to lose weight? What makes you think that? So anyway, back to topic, and going on about how I was referred to as the chubby friend, and how I overcame that, if you like, and how I'd struggled with body image for a long time, because society wasn't really accepting of the chubbier ones, as we can see. So we're looking to kind of shift that mindset. So if there's anyone in the chat that's ever experienced kind of lack of body confidence, let me know, or felt self-conscious. And it's not just about weight, it could be about other things, and I'll tell you kind of stories of other things that I probably weren't confident about, and how I kind of dealt with that. So I mean, growing up, I was in a group of girls that were very, very fit, very nice looking, and I was always just a bit chubbier. And even as my teenagers, and there was a number of reasons for that, to be honest. There was a number of reasons. I actually ballooned when I took a contraceptive injection, for example, and actually that made me put on quite a lot of weight in my teenage years, and I didn't understand it, but it was almost like solid weight, and it was like, okay, well, where did this come from, and how am I going to be able to kind of navigate that? So yeah, there's a number of reasons as to why I put on weight as a kid, and I used to feel, well, not as a kid, as a teenager, and I used to feel really self-conscious of it, because especially when we were in an era where we were kind of going out a lot more. So we were going on holidays, we were going to the Ibifas, we were going to the Iron Nappers, and everyone was really, really fit and on point, and everyone was in little shorts and little skirts and little bikinis, and I kind of felt that I couldn't wear that because I was just a bit chubbier. So yeah, and then you kind of get people that kind of criticize you and make you feel bad for the way that you look and stuff like that, and it's kind of, okay, that can be quite affecting if you take it on. And it was almost like I got to a point, and even a boyfriend that I had at the time, he used to call me Big Bird. He used to endearingly call me Big Bird a lot of the time, from, I don't know if anyone remembers Sesame Street, because he used to say, "You're big and yellow like Big Bird," and he used to think it was absolutely hilarious, but actually it was really, really quite damaging, because if the truth be known, I wasn't actually that big. I'd probably I don't know what I'd give to be that size again, but I wasn't that big as a child. It was like it was almost, it was just what society was saying that was too big for them, as opposed to too big for me, right? And I'm talking, I was probably a size 12, 14 maybe. So yeah, it's just that I kind of struggled with it first, and then there came a breakthrough where I said, actually, no, I'm not going to deal with that. I'm not going to allow anyone else to make me feel not worthy, to make me feel that I had to lose weight, or that I had to be a certain way to please them, actually. And how I overcame it, I actually started using humour. Because it used to be things like, people used to say, I used to always be quite heavy chested as a child, and people used to say, "Oh, you've always got your boobs out, you've always got your boobs out, everywhere you go you got your boobs out." And it was like, well, you try hiding them for a change. I was just going to say what I actually said, but I know I can't say that. But I was like, well, you have a go at hiding them, because actually it wasn't that easy, because fashion wise, there wasn't the accessibility to the types of underwear that I needed to use, or if I wanted to wear particular tops, particular dresses, I had to get them bigger sizes to accommodate. So actually it was like, well, we'll go at hiding them. So I used humour definitely to try and kind of overcome that, because I felt that if I kind of caught it first, then you couldn't catch it. Do you know what I mean? Or if I showed you that it wasn't, you couldn't bother me by saying that, then actually you couldn't affect me. So you'd get bored pretty quickly, really. And when I say you, I'm talking about kind of the society and the people that would comment. And do you know, and even our older generation, I remember a lot of the Caribbean households. I mean, I grew up in a Caribbean household, and the older generation of the Caribbean families have absolutely no filter. If you've put on weight, they'll tell you. Literally, you could have put on a couple pounds, they'll tell you. And I remember going to my hometown, St. Lucia, and I hadn't been for like maybe a year or two, and a few of my cousins had seen me, and they were like, "Where, you've put on a next size," kind of thing, and they were like really making this big thing of it. And it was just like, okay, every single person, or not every single person, but often people are commenting on my weight. Like, why should they care? Why should they care? Tina, are you obsessed with the gym? Because you keep asking, do I go to the gym? Do you go to the gym? Like, why would it be, why is it of interest to you if I go to the gym? I'm not actually complaining about my weight. I'm actually really, really in love with my size, and really, really in love with the person that I am. So I'm not sitting here complaining. I'm just kind of helping or sharing my story, if you like, on my journey of getting to a place of self-love where I don't need to be told what to do with my body and how I want to be. So yeah, it's a real great place to be honest, and not feel that I have to not feel that I have to conform to any societal, any norms that society says, or any beauty standards, shall we say, any standards of fitness. Like, yeah, I'm healthy and I'm happy with where I am. Um, so yeah, kind of going on from that, just looking at, I mean, don't get me wrong, if you're unhappy, there are things that you can do. There are things that you can do. But if you are happy with who you are, why should you allow anyone else to make you feel otherwise, or anyone else to make you feel that that is not, that doesn't suit them? Like, even if you just listen to it, like, somebody else's opinion of you doesn't suit them, but it suits you. Like, you really have to just get to a place, you really have to get to a place of just being happy with yourself, so that people like Tino and their opinions can't affect you, because it's just not going to work, is it? And what I'd say is kind of confidence hacks to love your body. So confidence hacks to kind of look at yourself. Hey, Nat. Just talking about body confidence. And we've got a troll in here. Yeah, we've got Tino having a go, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. We can't be broken with that. Because I find that trolls actually they've got their own issues. They literally are bored, probably unemployed. Literally, I just don't know. Like, why would you take time out of your day to come and try and affect somebody else's day? It's yeah, we go and pray for Tino. We go and pray for him, because yeah, he's obviously not a happy person. Tino, this message isn't for you. Maybe this message isn't for you. So yeah, it's fine. It may be something for. But you know what? I'm not even saying that you've said anything wrong, but you've said your opinion, which is you've said things like, I'm unhappy. You've said, do I go to the gym? That's none of your business. That's absolutely none of your business, because yeah, it just isn't, and I'm not even going to justify it. So yeah, I was talking about kind of some of the tips that I use. So one of the other things is the fashion industry really did not cater for plus size women. It's probably a little bit more open to that now, but previously it really just didn't cater for plus size women. Like, you couldn't really. I used to joke and say I couldn't get underwear. My underwear was significantly more expensive than my friends because I was heavier chested. So I had to pay a lot more to get decent underwear and clothes. I couldn't go to the main high street shops at one stage, because they just wouldn't fit. So any of the outfits that I wanted to get, they couldn't fit. And that even down to kind of shops like Karen Millen. I really wanted to buy kind of dresses, only certain things that I could buy in there at the time. Now they're a bit more flexible. Now they're a bit more accommodating. And yeah, so that's amazing. I'm really happy with that we are going in that direction. But literally it's, yeah. It's crazy. So some of the things that I used to do. So in terms of fashion, I used to get creative. I used to get creative about what I wore. I used to wear, I kind of found my own style and my own comfort within my own style. So it was like, okay, well, everyone used to go to the high street shops. I used to go to Camden Market, for example, and get things like that were a bit outside, a bit more garish, a bit more out there, to make myself feel kind of sexier. And kind of, I used to buy corsets, for example, and just develop my own style in that. And then once I'd found my own style, I just embraced it completely. So I'd say that if anyone is kind of really struggling to find things, I mean, I think it's a lot more flexible now. Like, there's a lot more options, there's a lot more clothing choices. Hi, Nat. But back in the day, there really wasn't. So some of the things that I do is affirmations, body confidence affirmations all the time. Like, have a look in the mirror, look at yourself naked, like, really do. Like, it's not it's not that easy. I mean, I used to struggle to go to the gym. I used to struggle to go to the gym because I didn't feel comfortable in the gym. I didn't feel comfortable going by myself. The only time I really used to go to the gym was if I'd booked a holiday, and I'd go into the gym like 3 months before and kind of smash it out to kind of get in shape and stuff like that. But in terms of like a regular going to the gym, it just wasn't my thing. And I always used to joke and say, listen, I just give donations to the gym. I was one of those people that when they did a deal in the beginning of January, I'd start for a couple of weeks and then I'd kind of fall off, just because I felt it just wasn't my place of comfort to go to the gym. And then I started swimming. So swimming, I'm very much quite a good swimmer. So I started swimming, was a good tip, because then it didn't feel like I was treading on a treadmill, out of breath, kind of really not enjoying it. But actually swimming was quite peaceful for me. But yeah, and that's the thing, that, I mean, some people with your C-section scar, darling, do you know what? It's so important to just get from, and I can't remember where I got this from years ago, and it was like, just look in the mirror at your body like naked. Just look at your body and love on yourself and understand that this is the body that God has given you. This is the body that is yours. Do you know what I mean? You can do whatever you want with your body. You can go to the gym if you want. You can lose weight. You can put on weight. You can tattoo yourself. You can get plastic. I'm not an advocate for surgery at all, by the way. But if you wanted to, it's your body. It's your choice, right? And I mean, even on the flip side of that, there's people that get surgery to enhance their features, to a state of what I had naturally. So there is the flip side to it. And there's also, I mean, it's not just plus size. There's also, I had a lot of skinnier friends or slimmer friends that wish that they wanted to put weight on. And they used to really just feel, I really want to put on weight. I really want to have bigger chest, or I really want to have a bigger derriere and stuff like that. I have to be careful about what I say so that TikTok don't shadow ban me. But body confidence as a whole, and I suppose it's not even down to body. Like when I was at school, my hair was quite thick, really, really thick. And I had these really long sideburns. I probably still got them, to be fair, but I had these really long sideburns and I felt really, really conscious of them. And I remember being teased at school about my sideburns. So I decided, and this is, I mean, I'm just being raw and unfiltered. I'm just being myself here. But I remember, I think I was about 14, and taking my dad's razor blades and actually shaving them off. But I'd shaved them so straight that it just looked absolutely ridiculous. And lo and behold, people laughed at me more when they saw that, and I had to wait for them to grow back. But that kind of, for me, was a turning point. That for me was like, actually, I'm not going to allow anyone to make me feel like any way. Like, I'm not going to allow anyone to make me feel as bad as that made me feel, because actually when I tried to conform by shaving my sideburns off, actually it was a worse outcome for me, because I felt a million times worse, as opposed to just saying, okay, like, let me deal with it, or let me use humour, because humour for me was a real kind of golden nugget to be able to do it, because what I should have done is clap back, really. And as I got older, I learned how to clap back, not in a nasty way, not in a kind of nasty way, more a humorous way, more a witty way, kind of thing. And that's something that I do try and teach my kids. So some of the tips that I would say is look at yourself in the mirror and love on yourself. So affirmations, say, I am beautiful, I am powerful, I am enough. Don't let anybody on this planet make you feel otherwise. And if you don't feel like that, then what I do is I use songs. So you'll see that I use a lot of songs as kind of feel-good things to kind of dance. Find the song that makes you feel good. So whether it's Christina Aguilera, I Am Beautiful, whether it's Meghan Trainor, All About the Bass, because you're about that bass. Just do it. Just make yourself feel good through affirmations. Dress in a way that makes you feel good. Don't care what anyone says. Like, dress in a way that makes you feel good. And I think also, if you've got a group of friends around you and stuff like that. I mean, I've got friends, they'll be very, very honest with me. Nah, Tan, that don't look good. Or nah, Tan, that looks amazing. So I think if you've got friends, yeah, nah, don't be like Tino. Sad. If you've got friends that that kind of that you can boost them up. Do you know what I mean? Let them feel good. Move your body with love. So exercise, dance, stretch, not for punishment, but even if it's just putting on a YouTube and just dancing around your house for a bit, just to feel good, just to be just to be moving, just to be enjoying yourself and your body. Move how you want to move like nobody is looking. I think that's really, really important. Just absolutely love on yourself. So yeah, that was my little update on my confidence journey. So anyone kind of got any other tips that they use to make themselves feel confident? So like I was saying, I use affirmations, I use kind of dressing how I want to dress, and yeah, just not caring. And humor was an absolute big one for me, because I really felt that, one, my personality carried a lot of weight in terms of not allowing people to judge me and feel that they had almost a one up by saying, okay, well, you should just go to the gym, like somebody we know, Tino, or that we've met today. But yeah, it's just, I've committed to 14 days of lives talking about my confidence journey. Tomorrow will be an absolute good one. Tomorrow, I'm actually quite looking forward to this one. So tomorrow will be about breaking through the concrete ceilings, navigating the corporate world as a Black woman. And I have got stories and stories in abundance on that. So that's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow. So yeah, drop some likes in the chat, drop some hearts in the chat, and let's keep it moving. Love you all.